So today is gonna be a home day because I woke up around 12, went home around 1, puked my way out and everything. So today is gonna be a home day and there'll be like people coming over later at night, but then I'll be going to the shopping mall later to see like pants or whatever. Woke up to this steak and much more. Thanks to them cooking. So this is the neighborhood that I've been living in for like the past 4 years of my life when I was a kid. So basically there's a few things that China needs to change or like improve on in 2019, and that's something, everything that I said comes from experience because I've lived here and I've been to the hospitals here and like I have seen everything with my own eyes while living here. Don't mind the hair. The hair is just very messy. It's very puffy, but you know it is what it is. And I was squinting my eyes just because the sun is really brightening. All right, so number one would be like healthcare. More specifically, their ambulances. They only have about 10. All right, I'm just fucking around, but in this state that I live in, like in China, there's like provinces in the state. So I live in Fujian, and Fujian has this state called Xiamen. So basically, in this little state, it's like Hiroshima compared to like Tokyo and all this type of stuff. So they only have about, I don't know what's the exact number, but they're very limited in like ambulances. That said, their ambulances can only be called on two things: either you're dying or you're halfway through death. So I've been to the hospitals in China, and one of the things that happened to me was because of food poisoning. But later I found out that I had internal bleeding too, and that was in China. A lot of stuff happened. I'm gonna bring up that in the future, but I could not call the ambulance. They would not come because food poisoning to them is just a little bit of thing. Even to a foreigner, ambulances are not accessible. The only 100% guarantee that an ambulance will come get you is like a car accident. When you've been through a car accident, you're practically dead or about to die. That's when they will come. If not, they won't come for your ass. And I had two family members die because like ambulances were not present or wasn't able to get there. I had two uncles die just because of the lack of ambulances. So with me having two uncles dying, there's pretty much, I'm pretty sure every household had their own little ambulance problem, right? It's definitely for sure because everybody in their life in here in China in this state has gone through something that ambulances can't get them in time. It's very common, ironically, and the death rate is just getting up and up and up because China's population is so much they wouldn't give a fuck if one or two just dies. Time when I was like food poisoning, there wasn't any hospital beds available. I had to like tell them, and I had to literally bring out my Singapore passport saying I am a foreigner, give me a fucking bed. And they didn't really get in time, and I was like halfway dying or some shit. And they did like a prick test. A prick test is basically they want to try if you have any drug allergies, right? Because I am allergic to diclofenac, but at that point of time I didn't know it, so I just said I have a drug allergy. So they did the fucking prick test. Normally I would feel the pain. By that time I had internal bleeding, I was halfway dying. I can't feel shit. So they did the prick test, is which basically you just like put the needle on the top layer of your skin and then injecting it a little bit. Give about 5 minutes later. If you have any like skin disorientation, they'll be like, oh yeah, you're allergic to this, and they will not give you this. But I can guarantee every one of these households has been to the hospital and have been through the same thing as me. The prick test, the drug allergy test, it's not a very nice thing. They just poke it and flick it and just inject it a top layer, so on and so forth. But every one of the people here, guaranteed everybody has been to their hospitals in their life sooner or later. It's not Singapore. This is not Singapore. This is not Japan. Their food sometimes is not clean. Their food sometimes is not nice. It's not washed or some shit. There's always some hygienic problem. So people will always have to go to the hospital or have some issues. So after they injected and tested drug on me, I wasn't allergic. But the only way of treatment for helping this is just IV fluid. So I just have to sit there and get the IV drops on me. And now with 2019, they implemented this new stupid ass rule saying that, because like in multiple households, old people they could take medicine. They all majority of them to take medicine, right? Usually my grandfather would take my grandmother's meds, like help her take her meds because you have to go to the hospital to get it, and just to save my grandmother some time, my grandpa just helped her take it. But now with this new fucking rules, they have to go back every 2 weeks, both of them. It used to be like every half a year they have to go there, then they changed it to 1 month, and now they have to go back 2 weeks, and it's just both of them have to go. So it's really, really fucking tiring for old people. And their only mode of transportation is either taxi, private car, or bus. I don't have any cars, so they don't drive, so it's only bus or taxi. When they take the bus, people in China, they don't give a fuck. Their empathy is zero. So like the younger people, they won't give up their seat for old people, basically, even though they have like fucking compassion seats. What are they for if you don't fucking use them? This is the biggest problem they have, the healthcare. And then you got the lack of like the retirement funds, right? Retirement funds, they got like some issues with retirement funds. The retirement funds out is like the place that I showed you, right? There's a central place over there where they collect their retirement funds. My grandpa is on a council seat, but that ain't shit. Majority of the votes are all, I don't know how, I can't say stuff if it's corrupted, I don't know, but they ain't that good. All right, there's a lot of issues in China, and there's like so many fucking things. They got retirement fund problems, they got wealth diversity problems, they got poverty problems, they got so many fucking problems. Even though the state that I live in is currently undergoing changes to become a tier 1 city, because like in China there's like tiers for cities, right? And Xiamen is actually, or Fujian in general, is just a tier 2 city, and it's ongoing to tier 1, but there's still changes and progress is so slow. But China's wealth and middle class is growing, and when they say it's growing, it's only growing in tier 1 cities, so it's either Shanghai and Beijing. They are both the cemented tier 1 cities. The rest of the cities, they aren't really growing that much. And the last thing that fucked me up, there are like places that has hospital titles, but they aren't 24-hour hospitals. And when you have a hospital, you're supposed to have beds for patients. They don't have it. So it's more like a polyclinic, but they call it a hospital. So it's like, rough. Anyways, back to the better things in life. There's pack of water, heating pack, my meal, rice, and I'm ready to cook this. So this is the heating pack, and all you have to do is just put it there, let it absorb the water, put that thingy up, and then cover it while putting the packet of food below. Holy fucking shit. Highly doubt you can see me right now, but right now we're going to the mall, and I am currently waiting for my grandfather to come. And then we're going to go to the Caitang Mall and just see what they have and have dinner over there. Like I said, today is pretty chill. So this is the road that we have to take at the middle of nowhere. But although the roads are quite developed, some isn't. This is one of the second or the third malls near my home, and just like one of the biggest too. Alright, so we went and did some shopping. Got a cup, going on a bus. Very chill day. Right, so I just got home. I got just a pants, the Adidas original track pants. So tomorrow it's gonna be a lot more interesting because I'll be going to about 3 different places. Again, each day goes by and it's just very subtle, very normal. You know, it's not as adventurous as Japan, but it's just like a daily life. There is nothing much for me to gain here because I've already lived here. For me, just coming back, saying hi to family and friends. That's pretty much it. And I got a pair of pants, and that's pretty much for today. Tomorrow I'm going to 3 different places, one which I would rather not go, but I still have to, and the other one was just taking a boat. So tomorrow's gonna be very plain, but I guess it'll be fun in a sense. So yeah, this is it for today.